How many times have you felt like you're living someone else's life? How many mornings have you woken up with that emptiness in your chest, that feeling that something is out of place? Is the path you're on truly your own, or is it just the path you were told to follow? There is a voice within each of us, an ancient, wise voice that whispers truths that our rational mind tries to silence. It is the call of the soul. And today, at this very moment, I want to invite you to stop everything and listen. We live in a noisy world, a world that constantly shouts in our ears, do this, be that, buy this, achieve that. It's as if we were on a busy avenue where everyone is running in the same direction, and you, in the middle of that crowd, don't even remember why you started running. Modern society has built a sophisticated trap. It has taught us that everything needs to make logical sense, that every step needs to be calculated, that every decision needs a rational justification. And in the process of this relentless pursuit of security and logic, we have forgotten something fundamental. We were made to dance, not to march. The price of compliance. Look around you. How many people do you know who are truly alive? I'm not talking about breathing, eating, sleeping, and repeating. I'm talking about living with purpose, with passion, with that sparkle in our eyes that only appears when we are aligned with our deepest essence. The uncomfortable truth is this: most of us have spent the last few years, maybe decades, trying to fit in, trying to meet expectations of our parents, of society, of our friends, of the market. And for every yes we give to the outside world, we give a no to our own soul. Have you ever stopped to think about the weight you carry? I'm not talking about physical weight. I'm talking about that invisible weight of living a life that isn't yours. It's like wearing clothes that are a size too small every day. You can manage to put them on, but you never feel comfortable. You can never breathe fully. And fear, fear. It is the guardian of mediocrity, fear of failure, fear of disappointing, fear of not having enough money, fear of being different, fear of being judged. And while we feed these fears, our soul withers like a plant without light, the wisdom that lives within you. But here's the secret that few dare to speak of. You already know what you need to do. Deep down, you always knew. There is an ancient wisdom that dwells in every cell of your body. It's that intuition you felt but ignored because it didn't make sense. It's that dream you buried because it wasn't practical. It's that voice that called you to a less traveled path, but you chose the busy road because everyone was there. Your soul doesn't need diplomas to know what's true. It doesn't need external approval to recognize its purpose. It's like an inner compass that always points to true north. The problem is that we've been taught to distrust this compass and follow other people's maps. Think back to when you were a child. Do you remember that feeling of infinite possibility? That absolute certainty that you could be whoever you wanted? What happened to that child? They're still there, waiting for you to remove the layers of social conditioning that have buried them. The awakening. There comes a time in everyone's life when the soul knocks on the door with greater force. Sometimes it's a crisis. Sometimes it's an illness. Sometimes it's simply the exhaustion of trying to be someone we're not. It's that moment when the mask falls and you find yourself naked before yourself, and you know what's extraordinary about this moment. It's a gift. It's life giving you a chance to start over, to choose differently, to honor the calling you've been ignoring. When you decide to listen to your soul, something magical happens. You stop competing with others because you realize there is no competition. Everyone has their own dance, their own music. You stop comparing your journey to others because you understand that each path is unique, sacred in its singularity. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. It's in the dark, surrounded by earth, seemingly dead, but it's not dead. It's waiting. waiting for the right moment, the right temperature, the right moisture, and when all the conditions align, it bursts into life, not because someone taught it to grow, but because growing is its essential nature. You are like that seed, reconnecting with natural abundance. We've forgotten something fundamental. We are nature. We are not separate from it. Every atom in your body was once part of a star. Every breath you take is an intimate exchange with the universe. You are not a visitor on this planet. You are a living expression of it. When you reconnect with nature, not as a tourist, but as an integral part of it, something within you calms down. The trees don't rush, but grow. The rivers don't worry about their destination, but flow. The mountains have no time, but remain. There is a natural abundance in life that has nothing to do with money or possessions. It is the abundance of being alive, of feeling the sun on your skin, of breathing fresh air, of witnessing a sunset, of sharing a genuine smile. When you allow yourself to feel this abundance, the fear of scarcity begins to dissolve. The anxiety that consumes us so much comes, in large part, from feeling separated. Separated from nature, separated from each other, separated from ourselves. But the truth is that we are all connected by an invisible thread of life that pulsates through everything that exists. Creating your own orchestra, living according to your soul's calling, doesn't mean being rebellious for the sake of it. It's not about rejecting everything and everyone. It's about discernment. It's about learning to distinguish between the voice of your soul and the external noise. It's about creating your own rhythm in a world that insists everyone keep the same pace. Have you ever noticed that some people have a magnetic presence? It's not because they are more beautiful or more intelligent. It's because they are aligned. There is a coherence between what they feel, what they think, what they say, and what they do. They are not fragmented. They are whole. When you honor your calling, you become whole. Your energy is no longer scattered, trying to maintain various masks. You can finally invest all your life force in being who you truly are. And here's something beautiful. When you live your truth, you give permission for others to live theirs. You become a beacon. Not because you're trying, but simply because you exist authentically. The balance between internal and external. There is a delicate dance between honoring your inner truth and navigating the external world. It's not one or the other. It's both. You need to keep one foot firmly in your essence while the other foot walks through the practical world. This requires spiritual maturity. It requires you to learn to read the signs, both those that come from within and those that come from without. Sometimes life closes a door not to punish you, but to redirect you. Sometimes a no is the most loving answer the universe can give you. The key is to remain flexible without losing your essence. It's about being like bamboo, which bends in the wind but doesn't break because its roots are firmly planted in the ground. The myth of security. We spend so much time and energy trying to create security. Financial security, professional security, emotional security. And there's nothing wrong with seeking stability, but when the pursuit of security becomes a prison that prevents us from living, something is wrong. The truth that nobody wants to hear is this: there is no absolute security in this life. You can have all the money in the world and lose it all tomorrow. You can have perfect health and receive a devastating diagnosis next week. The only certainty we have is uncertainty. So, if we can't control the future, what's left for us? To live fully in the present, to honor this moment, this breath, this choice. The greatest security you can have isn't in a bank account. It's in the certainty that no matter what happens, you are living in alignment with your truth. That when the end comes, and it will come for all of us, you won't have to look back with regret, thinking about all the things you didn't have the courage to do or be. The courage to be yourself. I need to be honest with you. Following your soul's calling isn't easy. It takes courage. The courage to disappoint people. The the courage to be misunderstood, the courage to walk alone when necessary, the courage to fail publicly while pursuing something that truly matters. But do you know what requires even more courage? To live an entire life pretending to be someone you're not. Every day that you betray your essence out of fear, you die a little. It's a slow, silent death, socially accepted, but it's death nonetheless. The good news is that you can choose differently. Today, right now, at this very moment, it doesn't have to be a dramatic revolution. It can be a small step towards your truth, an honest conversation you've been putting off, a courageous decision you've been avoiding, a dream you've been denying. You are not alone. If you feel you've reached a turning point in your life, know that this is no coincidence. Your soul is calling, and it will continue to call until you answer. Millions of people around the world are going through the same awakening. They are tired of living on autopilot. They are thirsty for meaning, for purpose, for real connection. You are not alone on this journey, and remember, you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step. Trust the process. Trust that when you align with your truth, the universe conspires in your favor, the final dance. One day, you'll look back and see that all the pain, all the confusion, all the detours were necessary. They were part of the journey. You'll understand that even the mistakes were teachers in disguise. You will realize that this body is temporary, a garment you wear for a time on this planet. But the essence of who you are, that divine spark that shines within you, that is eternal. You came from the stars, and to the stars you will return. But while you are here, in this body, on this planet, in this precious and fleeting moment of existence, you have a choice: to truly live or merely to exist. Your soul doesn't want you to be perfect. It wants you to be real. It doesn't want you to succeed according to other people's standards. It wants you to be true to yourself. So take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the life pulsing within you, and ask yourself the most important question: what is your soul asking you to be or do that you have been ignoring? Conclusion: if you've made it this far, it's because something within you recognized the truth in these words. You didn't find this text by chance. Nothing in life is by chance. Your soul brought you here because it's ready to awaken, or because it has already awakened and needs confirmation that it's on the right path. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for dedicating these minutes to connecting with something greater, for having the courage to question, for having the audacity to dream of a more authentic life. Remember, you are not here to live someone else's life. You are here to live your life. And that life, when lived to the fullest, is a unique and irreplaceable work of art. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And before you go, I want to invite you to something special. In the pinned comments of this video, you'll find an ebook I prepared with great care. In it, I delve even deeper into these concepts and share practical exercises to help you reconnect with your soul's calling today. This material will help you transform those reflections into concrete actions in your life. Be sure to check it out in the pinned comments. May your journey be blessed with courage, clarity, and love. See you soon.